Today I'm going to tell you all about the imaginary halfway line, which is often the hardest target to getting your pen license. So this is the top line and this is the bottom line. Now we know that these ascenders, these tall tail letters, need to touch the top line. Those are 5 letters, L, K, H, B, D. The small part of those letters and all other letters should stay below the imaginary halfway line, which is not here at the top, not here at the bottom, but roughly here halfway. I'm actually going to draw it in for you partially today so you can see where the imaginary halfway line should be. If I was going to draw an A, it stays below the imaginary halfway line. If I was going to write a B, I'd go to the top, all the way down, back up to the imaginary halfway line, round, and there's my B. Same with a C. Start at the imaginary halfway line, round, down to the bottom line and flick. Okay, so here there is no imaginary halfway line because I've run out. I'm going to imagine it, and that's why it's called the imaginary halfway line, because you have to picture it in your mind. And I'm going to keep going to make sure that I size my letters appropriately. Okay, so there you should see how I'm keeping my tall letters to the top line, and then all of the small letters and the small part of the tall letters, keeping it all under the imaginary halfway line. Okay, so I'm going to write a sentence now, which is a sentence that contains every letter in the alphabet, and hopefully this will help you practice using the imaginary halfway line. This will also help you to see which letters we join and which ones are break letters, ones we don't join. So far I've got the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and here you can see that I've sized my letters correctly, and if I was going to draw an imaginary halfway line, then all of my small letters stay underneath that imaginary halfway line, and all of my tall letters go to the top line. The only letters that should come above this line slightly are the letters F and T, because those are sized 3/4 of the way up the line. And that is the secret rule of the imaginary halfway line.